It's a bit of a chilly morning here, and I'm gonna do a cold start on 3-liter Duramax. So this key fob's pretty cool. Just gotta go lock and hold the remote start. It's pretty quiet. It's got elevated idle setting, so I got that turned on so it warms up a bit quicker. One other hack here: if you wait 30 seconds and then hold the lock, or hit the lock and then hold the remote start, it's not quite 30 seconds yet, but that'll add another 15 minutes to the remote start. I'm gonna unhook the snowmobiles here and we're gonna do some off-roading and see what this 3-liter Duramax with the X31 is capable of. So we're gonna go up in the hills up there and have some fun. So we're gonna start breaking some trail here. We're gonna get the tire chains put on and see what this thing can do. A couple of features with the 3-liter Duramax is the engine's an all aluminum block, so there's not a whole lot of extra weight with the diesel upgrade. I removed this front shroud just to get a little bit better clearance on the front end. So the X31 package has a few extra skid plates as well, so that's nice. Okay, we're getting ready to break some trail. Got the chains on. We're gonna try and get up this hill here. So I've got the tow haul on. Works a little bit better, helps the transmission lock out when you're chewing really hard, and the traction control and the stability control are both off. So we're gonna, and I'm gonna keep it in second gear, limited at second gear. So we're dragging a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that, but not much. Tire chains are working really good, giving us lots of traction. And we've got enough front end clearance to keep going. I wanted to recap on how the off-roading went. We made it to the top of the hill, no problem. The tire chains gave us plenty of traction, but the truck did struggle as far as horsepower goes. Basically what would happen is it would shift into second gear and then slowly decelerate until it would have to downshift to first, and it would do that over and over again. So there's definitely a lack of horsepower. If you had the bigger V8 like the 5.3 or the 6.2, it would have worked a lot better in that situation, because you could have kept your tires spinning a little bit better and clearing the tires and giving you a bit better traction. When we did get to the top, I noticed that the engine fans were running on high and the louvers were shut. So I was concerned that the engine bay wasn't getting enough cooling. So I popped the hood open and let the engine bay cool down. Both the engine coolant temperature and the transmission temperature were all within spec. There weren't any issues there, but the fact that the louvers were shut and that the engine fan was on, I was concerned. you know, if the engine bay temperature gets too hot, you can definitely cause damage to the wiring harness, the alternator. So after that, I basically just called it quits and went back. I just got back to Calgary and I booked an appointment to have it looked at. There's no recalls on the truck right now, so they're basically going to do an engine diagnostic, which is $200, and depending on what they find, it might be covered under warranty. Back in January, when I plugged the truck in, I had tripped the sensor because it was above minus 18 Celsius, and basically what happened is the truck went into a full cool mode and wouldn't come out of it. So anytime I started the truck, the engine fans would go to full high speed and the louvers would open. So I took it into the dealer and they erased the code and then told me not to plug the truck in until it was below minus 18 Celsius, and that GM was working on a fix for that problem. So when I get the truck back, I can let you know what happens as far as the louvers in this situation. But in my opinion, there's something that's seriously wrong. One thing that was good on the weekend was it was pretty cold out, so there was plenty of cool air to provide cooling to all those parts under the hood. But if that was a hot day and I was traveling maybe in sand or something like that, I definitely could have damaged the wiring harness or on any number of components under the hood. So definitely a little bit disappointed. But when I find out what's going on with the engine and the diagnostic there, I'm gonna post a video and let you guys know what's going on.